Morning, gang. It's Wednesday, the 6th of... Is the 6th of it? Wednesday, the 6th of March, 2019. Welcome to Bracknell and this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you live from our Bracknell Mirrorball studios here in Royal Berkshire, boys and girls. I've been struggling for news stories today. I went up and down. There's lots of serious stuff. You know, I don't really like to do the serious stuff much. And I've been looking for sort of light-hearted stories today. Not many found at all, really. Difficult finding anything. I've got me read. Do you like this? This can look quite sexy on me, I think. Look, watch this. Look how I change from ordinary international megastar into... There you go, look at that. Into sexy young dude. Did you like that? Eh? That's doing something for you. It's doing something for me. Let alone you. I better not wear this to church later. Yeah, we're going to go to church today. Ash Wednesday. This is where you'll notice as you walk out, wherever you are in the world, there will be people walking around with black crosses on their foreheads today. So that is Ash Wednesday. I shall have mine on after 11 o'clock. I'm going to the 11 o'clock mass this morning. So a slightly curtailed programme for you this morning. But don't moan because it's all free. It's not like you're being charged anything, is it? God's sake, man. Shall I do early messages early today? Let's see who's there. One moment, please. Good morning to Mark Jones. Getting the first message of the day in. Good morning, Mark. Ben Witch is there. Good morning, Ben. I think you're new. Welcome to the show. Who's in Malta? I've never been to Malta. Never been there. Generally, people who go there, they seem to talk about old churches and antiques. Would that be about right, Ben? Are you living in Malta or are you on holiday there? Which is it? Is that a place I'd like to go? You know, I like sort of country holiday. I don't like laying on the beach doing nothing holidays. I can't do that. Oh, I don't understand that. You know, people go off to Benidorm, which is nice enough, I suppose. You know, and they get in a hotel and they change into their micro Speedo swimming trunks and they go by the pool and that's it for 7 days. They lay by the pool and get drunk and eat loads of food and they come back weighing 20 pounds heavier and with this glaze over their eyes where the alcohol hasn't quite left their bodies. I can't do it. I like doing holidays. I'm off to Cyprus. I can't believe how quickly my Cyprus holiday has come round. I say it's a holiday. It's really mainly to go and see my niece and her incredibly lovely family who have moved over there for a few years. And it's Saturday week. I've got good flight times. I think it's something like 11 o'clock in the morning. So no rushing around. And when I come back, it's like 7:30 at night. So that's good, isn't it? I haven't got to worry too much about that. Morning to Rosemary Dixon. Good morning, Rosemary. Welcome along to the show. Craig got back in time today, but didn't get the first hello. You've got to be on the ball a bit more, Craig. You're a little bit slow, aren't you, lovey? You've got to listen out for that ping on your mobile phone and be there quick. Mark Jones is there every morning. He's usually the first one in now. He's usually the first one in. Not many people beat Mark Jones. He's first there. I mean, he must be sitting on that blooming phone waiting for a bleep from me or someone else, one of the many other people I'm sure he watches. Isn't it? Hello to Ray Reynolds. Morning, Ray. Craig rephrases. Good morning, world, as Chris is, of course, international superstar of Tinternet. That is correct. Correct. I don't think there are no more popular people than me on the internet. I'm sure that is the case. Look in the corner. 10 million people watching at the moment. I know it only says 10 there. They can't fit the word million into that little box, unfortunately. Oh, only 9 now. Someone's gone to the toilet. Morning, Adrian Richardson, who's about to go to the gym. Oh, really? With his cross? Well, that would be a good idea, actually. I think people could lose a lot of weight by reenacting, you know, the crucifixion and dragging across your town, wherever you are in the world. Might be a bit difficult going across the road at King's Cross. You know, across the Euston Road. You'd upset a lot of drivers there, my dear. Morning to Kevin Webster. There we are. Ben lives in Malta. What do you do there? Now, how old are you? Are you working yet? Or are you still at college or something? I can't quite see from your little picture. It's a bit small. He says, I live here. You should definitely go. It's a beautiful place. That's what I've heard from everyone. I've never heard anyone have a bad word to say about Malta. It's not that far, is it? I think, isn't that the same sort of journey as it is to Cyprus? Something like that, maybe. Good morning, Rod Brown. Welcome to our show, young Rod. How did you do with your pancakes yesterday? Anyone have pancakes? Oh, I had some delicious ones. After the show yesterday, I took a bike down. I needed to go to the bank yesterday, so I went down to the bank. And then from the bank, I walked along to Greg's, the baker's, to see if I could find a vegan sausage roll. None left. Oh, so rather naughtily, in the end, I had a cheese pasty, which was all right. I shouldn't really have had one, with the Slimmers World, which is just out the window at the moment. But I had a cheese pasty, and that was nice. And then from there, I went to Waitrose because my mate wanted some we want pancakes last night. So I went to Waitrose, and quite frankly, last year I bought some of the pre-made ones. They come like in a, and they're very well done. They come in like a packet. There's 8 of them in a packet, right? And and you just buy them and put them in the microwave for about 3 minutes. I found 3 minutes. We had 4 each. You see, at first. I'll come to that in a minute. So I bought these microwavable pancakes in Waitrose, and quite frankly, they taste better than the ones I used to make. I could never get them right. Either too thin and they'd burn quickly, or too thick and they'd never cook. So it's so much easier to just, even that, that shaking thing. You buy the bottle, you just put water in it, you shake it up, and there's your batter mix. Even that was a bit dicey, really, whether you got a good one out or not. So I started buying the pre-made ones, and they're very nice. You can't fault them, to be honest. I can't remember what I paid for them in Waitrose, but I thought they'd be better, they'd be the best ones, and it's only once a year that I have pancakes. So I bought these pancakes from in there, and as well as some maple syrup. I do like, again, that's something that I don't have much of at all. If I buy a bottle of maple syrup, it's probably once a year. That's it. Absolutely delicious. They have a lot of that in America. If you go to America, for breakfast or something, they have pancakes and maple syrup for. Oh my God, it's delicious. If you go to Denny's, one of my favourite places to eat in America is Denny's, and they give you a stack of these pancakes like that, and you pour the maple syrup. Oh my God, the calories in those, dear! You can't walk when you can't get up from the seat in Denny's. We had to pay extra just to sit there for an hour because we couldn't move. Oh, delicious! So I've got these pancakes, and then what else did I buy? As I say, the maple syrup. Did I buy anything else for the pancakes? My mate wanted Nutella. You know that Nutella? I'm not keen on Nutella, but Waitrose didn't have any left. They were flying. I'm talking to the lady on the till. She said they were flying out the door earlier, and she says, I'm surprised to find the pancakes. We'd run out earlier. They must have had a fresh delivery. So I've gone through the till, and then I went on my bicycle yesterday, so I jumped on the bike, and I'm cycling home, and I caught up with someone on a bike who I recognised. He's like the bloke in this road who fixes all the cars. If you've got like a type of estate type place where you live, there's generally someone on there or a couple of people who fix all the cars for everyone else on that road. Is that a cash? Oh, there you go. Just give us £20 cash. That sort of person. Not me. I take mine in for a service. Actually, when's my service? That's not today, is it? Don't tell me that's today. I haven't got that wrong. Oh no, it's next week. Next Tuesday. Yeah. And he was on a bike. And he didn't seem to be pedalling. I said, all right, mate. And he said, all right, Chris, how are you? I said, is that electric? He said, yeah. And I said, well, I'm thinking of getting an electric bike because the side of my knee gives me pain sometimes. And it's only when I'm on the bike or in the period of time, say for a couple of hours after I've been on the bike. And it does affect me. Side of one of my knees on the left-hand side. And he said, no, you need an electric bike, mate. I said, but you're still pedaling. He said, yeah, there's different modes, you see. You can switch the thing to just go on its own, or you can switch it to assist you. So your legs are still going round, doing something, but they're not having to work so hard. So, but they are expensive. Electric bikes, you've got to pay £1,000. You've got to pay £1,000 for one of those. You don't want a cheap one. Because I've been told that the motor stops working or it gets damp inside. You've got to have one with a Bosch motor, and it's going to cost you about £1,000. So maybe not yet. I'll have to save up for one of those, an electric bike. So they're quite good. Got back here. I think I had some lunch. What did I have for lunch yesterday? I can't even remember what I had for lunch. I think I might have had my spaghetti arrabetta, or whatever it's called. Had some of that. Watched a little bit of telly. I watched a bit more of Death in Paradise. I'm watching that at the moment on the BBC iPlayer. It's a great television series. It's like a police detective show that is set in Saint Montinique, something like that. And it's very good. It's already been on the telly, so it's only on the iPlayer now. And one of the detectives gets shot. And you're like, I wasn't expecting it. So my mouth dropped open as I'm watching this. Oh my God, and she's on the floor, dead. Or so we thought. So that's as far as I've got. I think it's episode 5. All available on the iPlayer. It's a detective series, as I say, but there's a lot of humour in it. And a lot of warmth. You know what I mean by warmth in a TV programme? So it's very good. Do watch that. Do try and get that on the iPlayer. Death in Paradise, boys and girls. Okay, then I watered my hanging baskets. They were bone dry. I've still got the trailing geraniums that I planted around April last year. They're still going. I've trimmed those right back now. I'm going to change the earth in there. I don't think I'm going to have to buy any this year. They've just carried on right the way through the winter. But they were bone dry and they were looking a little bit on the way out. So I've watered the baskets. I'll water, because even if it's raining, you see, the rain doesn't seem to get into the baskets very well. So I'll water those baskets again today. As I say, I've trimmed them all around, cut them right back now, and hopefully I won't have to buy any more again. And that was my day yesterday. I'll tell you about the evening in a minute. Let's say hello to some more of you chatting away there. One moment, please. Craig, there we are. Rod, one moment, please. Where are we now? Good morning to Rod Brown. Good morning, Rod. Welcome to the show. Adrian says, my hot cross bun I'm going to the gym with. Hot cross bun? Not yet, dear. Hot cross buns are for Good Friday, dear. Have you no idea how it works, Adrian? You don't have hot cross buns yet? Yeah, they may well have them out in the supermarket now. No, not right, dear. Hot cross buns, Good Friday. That's it. No other day other than Good Friday should you be eating hot cross buns. Stop spoiling people spoil things for themselves. All that year you're looking forward to hot cross buns or Easter eggs or Christmas Day. The shop's got this stuff out all year round and it spoils the fun. Spoils the fun. Hot cross buns are for Good Friday and no other day indeed. I remember my dad, he always used to go and get the hot cross buns on Good Friday. Oh yes, we lived in Roehampton. And on Good Friday morning, he'd get up, because it's a bank holiday, of course. He'd get up at his usual time, around about 6:30 in the morning. And as soon as Coombs the Bakers, it was Coombs the Bakers, he'd get up and walk down to Coombs the Bakers and he'd come back with 2 brown bags. 2 brown paper bags full of hot cross buns. Hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. That is the only day you can eat hot cross buns, my dears. Yes, not any other day. Yesterday, pancakes. Today, nothing. Nothing, all right? What have you given up for Lent, Adrian? I hope you're giving up something for Lent. You know what I've given up for Lent? Oh, there's Maureen there. Oh, Maureen, just at the right moment there. Good morning, Maureen. Thank you for making my birthday special. Maureen had her birthday, didn't she? She was 25 years old, weren't you, Maureen, eh? 25 years old on Monday, so happy birthday for your Monday. Maureen, I'm afraid I've given up some things for Lent, which means no more of your lovely sandwiches for a while for me, darling. I've given up bread and crisps and cakes and sweets and chocolate. I've given up all those things. So I have to request your delicious sandwiches that I know you spend a lot of time with making those with love. I do feel the love, believe me, Maureen. When you bring those sandwiches in, they're not just sandwiches, they are sandwiches from you. But for Lent, I have to give all these things up. So please, no more sandwiches for the time being. I hope that's all right with you, darling. I hope you're not offended by that, are you? Because you know I did that last year and the year before, didn't I? Rod, I had some pancakes. The wife cooked them, not as good as I cook. Well, sling them out the kitchen then, Rod. You can't have that, mate. A wife that can't cook? Get a new one, dear. What are you doing? There can't be a. I don't believe any ladies cannot cook. All ladies can cook. They can. All ladies can cook. Craig, we are doing a vegan week next week. Any recipes welcome. It's big for me as I am a steak, pie, and chips kind of guy. Are you trying to do the vegan thing? Are you, Craig? I'm not. I could say I'm almost vegan. I suppose I rarely have eggs. I do have. Ice cream will be gone now. Cheese, I have cheese, you see. Cheese. Anything to do with animals is not vegan. That's anything. You can be a vegetarian, but not vegan because you're eating dairy things and stuff and honey. Even honey is not vegan. Did you know that? I don't suppose there's an alternative to honey for vegans, is there really? But yes, so if you're doing that, well, good on you. Good on you. Let us know how you go with that, all right? Good morning to Katie Ann Patterson. Good morning, Katie. Adrian, use Canadian maple syrup, unadulterated. I had it for 2.5 years, pure heaven. Oh, it's gorgeous, Canadian maple syrup. It's a bit... Well, it depends where you go. I mean, the maple syrup I bought yesterday in Waitrose was £4.50. For I would say it's a largest glass bottle. Very well packaged, I must say. Lovely thick glass bottle with a little handle on the side. You might know the one. So there, it's in Waitrose, and that's on special offer. It's usually more than that, £4.50. Consequently, last night, when we had these pancakes, I'd been swimming last night, and I come back. Ronnie picked me up from the swimming pool. We'd come back here, got back to the house. And we're just going to make a cup of tea. And I went into the fridge. No milk. I couldn't believe it. Now, that's really rare. For me to go to the fridge and run out of milk is a real rarity. It doesn't happen. Because I'll go to usually at Aldi, and I buy the soya milk in there. Because in there, it's only 59 pence. Soya milk in Aldi. Everywhere else, it's about £1. It's a huge difference. And I'll buy 6 of them. I'll buy 6 and put them in the fridge. And I cannot believe I went to the fridge yesterday and there was no milk left. But that's how it is. So I said to my mate, I said, I'm really sorry. Can we go back out to Aldi? He said, yeah, stop apologising. Come on. So we jumped back in the car, went to Aldi, which is much closer than that's my closest supermarket, really, Aldi. Went in there, about 9:30, 20 to 10. No one in there. Oh, it's what if you've been in out. If you're an Aldi shopper, you go in there during the daytime. Any day of the week, it's busy, very busy. Don't even bother Sunday or Saturday afternoons. Oh my God, they cannot cope with the queues. It is packed in Aldi on a Saturday and Sunday. It's busy the rest of the week. Bad enough busy the rest of the week. Absolutely packed in there on a Sunday, and I've seen a fight in there before. People fighting at the till, ghastly, awful people fighting. Right, last night 20 to 10, no one in there. We were the only 2 people in there, so we're wondering out. And then we've got time to talk to the staff. Always say hello to the manager. You never see Aldi staff doing nothing, all doing their little job, stacking shelves. One girl's on the till. And then we got to the pancake, and they did the pancakes, the ones that I'd bought in Waitrose earlier. So I thought I'll try some of these as well. We'll compare the two, okay? So I bought another packet. So I've now got 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We've now got 24 pancakes. So I bought another pack of 8 pancakes, but this time from Aldi. Now, I didn't check the price. I couldn't remember what I paid for the pancakes in Waitrose. But I bought the Aldi ones. I think they were £1.19 or 29 maybe for 8 pancakes. The same things, they look exactly the same. Put them in the microwave for a couple of minutes, right? And then I'm just walking around and I saw maple syrup. Okay, the bottle wasn't as nice as the bottle it wasn't a glass bottle, it was a plastic bottle. Wasn't as nice as the one I saw in Waitrose, of which I paid £4.50 for. How much in Aldi? £1.49. I nearly fell through the floor, but I didn't realise they sold that sort of thing, because you can't. I mean, they have a very wide selection of stuff, but nowhere near the selection of stuff that you've got in Waitrose. I do now do most of my shopping in Aldi. You work it out across the year. You save a fortune. And I've said before, one of the things you'll find in Aldi is, when you get to the till and they're putting the stuff through, right? And you're thinking, oh, did I bring enough money out with me? Has that happened to you before? It used to happen to me all the time in Waitrose. Oh, can I just put that back? Oh, yeah, no problem. And it's never a problem. Never a problem. Embarrassing, yes. A problem? No, probably not. So you've got 15 quid in your... I had 15 quid with me yesterday. I'm terrible for taking money out. I don't like to take too much out in case I spend it all. Honestly, I'm terrible. Right? So she's putting this stuff through. I've got 15 quid in my hand. I thought, I hope that's enough. Okay, so thank you for that. That's £9.40, please. Oh, right, okay. I still got £5 left. You never, ever get to the point in Aldi where you haven't got enough money at the till. They always give you money back. I love it. I love it. Big saving, though, I should have made on that maple syrup. Rather disappointing, that. So then we came back here. And shoved the microwavable pancakes. Well, I put 4 on a plate at the same time. I just put 4 on the plate, put them in the microwave. 3 minutes. 3 minutes they went out for. So I gave Ronny his, and I put mine in. 4. These were the Waitrose ones. Put mine in there. 3 minutes in there. Lovely. And we had little lemon shaped little bottles, the Jif lemon. We had Jif lemon, we had some sugar, and we had maple syrup. No Nutella. I don't like Nutella. It's only him that likes Nutella. I did do a very large jar of Nutella, I have to say, in Aldi. I said, do you want some Nutella? He said, no, it's too big. Look at the size of that. He said, it'll go off. He said, because you don't really eat much of that stuff. Waitrose had completely run out of the Nutella, but they had some in Aldi, but he didn't want it. So I've given him his, and we've had them. Oh, delicious. Oh, God, so nice. Pancakes and maple syrup. Oh, and, of course, because they're on the same plate, I did the sugar and the lemon on one as well. Oh, delicious. And we're sitting there watching a new thing on Netflix called Northern Rescue. Okay, I'll come to that in a minute. Back to your messages. Good morning to Michael Pullman in Australia. Morning, Michael. I saw some pictures of your new horses on the Facebook. How lovely. How lovely to have your own horses. My sister wanted her own horse. She's always wanted her own horse, my sister. They're up in Lincolnshire where I've got my caravan. Oh, they've always wanted a horse. Good morning to Rosemary Dixon. Morning, Rosemary, who says, try blueberries or bananas on top of your pancakes and maple syrup heaven. Oh, I love this. I love it. Adrian, Chris, we won't talk about why you need a dodgy. That's for another day. A dodgy? Why you need a dodgy? That's for another day. Oh, God, what's a dodgy? But you need to do some exercise on your legs to build up the muscles, or muscle that will help your pain. Just look at me. No, what on my leg, on my knee. It's just a very sharp point on my. I'll show it to you next time I'll see her. I'll point to the exact spot. It's a very, very small area that I get the pain on my knee, Adrian. All right. Let's have a look. Katie Ann, she likes the sound of the pancakes, don't you, Katie? I know. She's got cattle trucks going past her house. They stink. Oh, those poor animals. You know what's probably going to happen to those, don't you? It fills me with tears when I see that. When I see a truck going past full of cows or sheep, it really upsets me, honestly. Or chickens. Hundreds of them stacked in tiny little crates. Dreadful. Dreadful. Where's all the YouTube people this morning? Is that working? Oh, there we go. There's one. Good morning, Robert Lunn. Good morning. It certainly is Ash Wednesday today, Robert. I shall be going to 11 o'clock Mass down at the Corpus Christi, which incidentally is the school Mass. So there's a primary school, like almost attached to the actual church. And their Mass is this morning at 11 o'clock, so we'll have to sit at the back. But it's lovely going to the school Mass. I only go a couple of times a year when they have some sort of school event, and all the kids will be in there. And the singing. Oh, my God. the singing of little children, because there's no older ones there. It's a primary school, you see. The singing of all the children in a church is something to be delighted with. It really is. It's so nice. And I will, of course, be singing the lower notes at the back of the church in order to back up the children, because they can't get to the lower notes. But, they're all like that. Oh, there's me at the back. 11 o'clock mass for Ash Wednesday. Adrian says, I'm thinking of giving up for Lent. Be nice to people when my sense of humour. I'm not sure which one yet. Well, what sense of humour and at what point have you been nice to people, Adrian? I'm finding that difficult to believe, old boy. Huh? Costco, you can get 1 litre for £8.50, which is 3 times cheaper than what you got from Waitrose. Is that for the maple syrup? Oh, I'd never get through a litre. I wouldn't. I buy a small bottle and that lasts for ages. So we had the pancakes with the maple syrup last night, as I told you. I don't know when I'll have any of that next. I have before put it on vanilla ice cream, but that's out as well. No ice cream in Lent. No. No ice cream in Lent. The difficulty is going to come, I think, when I go to Cyprus for a week, because I'm going to be with my niece and her family, and I might have to put that on hold or do an extra week afterwards to make up for that. Yes. Are you getting sponsored by Aldi? No. Perhaps I should be, do you think? Should I be? Mark Jones has got me on in the office. Good morning to the office workers at Mark Jones's place. Katie Ann has always had horses, but she hasn't got any at the moment. Oh, it's so nice to have your own horse. They're so friendly, aren't they? Big long noses. You give them an apple like that. Or a lump of sugar. They like lumps of sugar. We used to do that in the 1970s. We go up to farms and things like that. Give the horses lumps of sugar. You know, years later, all their teeth started falling out. What would a horse do without any teeth? They'd have to suck the life out of an apple, wouldn't they? What do you think about it? Michael, thank you. The horses are beautiful. Did you end up seeing the baby duckling that hatched today? Yes. What looked like a tumble dryer? What are your baby ducklings living in? It looked like a tumble dryer to me. How strange. Morning to Claire. She hasn't got a notification. Oh, Claire. Oh, so annoying. Hope I haven't missed the whipping. No, you haven't, because I haven't done it yet. We must be whipped today. Just a moment, boys and girls, because it is Good Friday. Whipping. No, sorry, it's Ash Wednesday, so it's Lent now. Daily whippings and punishments for me. There we are. There we are. Perhaps I should get someone in to do whipping for me. I think maybe Ronnie on one of our next little short videos will do whipping. You might have seen our Instagram video yesterday. I'm on Instagram as well. Chris Reardon UK is my Instagram, okay? Chris Reardon UK is the Instagram. That's for the short videos. They also go up on YouTube now as well. You might have seen one we did last night. That was done around about 11:15, actually, where Ronnie, my mate's been in hospital recently with the most dreadful lung infections. Anyway, he used several lots of antibiotics things and that thing that was that nebulizer, and came out. Well, the cough's back again, so he went to the hospital yesterday and give them samples of spit in a little petri dish, I suppose, or something like that. So they have to test that now and look to see if the infections come back. I think he's got one of those super bugs, you know. I do. I think he might have one of those super bugs because they're having terrible trouble getting rid of this particular infection in his lungs. Dreadful. Dave says, every time someone talks about horse, I think of a classic TV show. Mr. Ed! Oh, God! Mr. Ed. I always confused Ed's Diner with Mr. Ed's. You know, me and my friend Matt, I had a friend, Matt, and we used to like going to Ed's Diner. Not very often, a couple of times a year, we used to make a point of meeting up and going to Ed's Diner. And I always used to call it Mr. Ed's. Are we going to Mr. Ed's today? There's a lot of Ed's Diners closed down. Did you know that? Yeah, very sad that. I love the whole Ed's Diner experience. It's really, you walk in there, friendly. I know it's all like a show. I know that. But you go in there, food on the slightly expensive side, I would say, in Ed's Diner. But nevertheless, nothing to complain about. It's all cooked, that you watch it all being cooked in front of you. And they're friendly, and it's got 1950s music on in there. It's fabulous. I'm sure I would have loved being a teenager in America in the 1950s. Those big old cars they had, didn't they? And going in and out of diners, just going out meeting friends, girls and boys for shakes and that in these places, and driving on those big open roads in those great big cars. I'm sure I would have loved 1950s America. Yeah. I would like to have done that. You can get an experience of it in various places in the States. Is it Disney or Universal? One of the two. In either Disney or Universal, there's Mel's Diner. That's it, Mel's Diner. And you go in there and it's like burgers. And it's very, very American. I love it. I would have loved being in the 1950s in the States. I'm sure I would have done. Michael, yes, it was a dry. He's got ducklings living in an old tumble dryer. And they're little things of hatch, little ducklings. We like ducks. I do like ducks. Adrian, I have a horse, and then my office. I have a horse, and then my office at home. It's my friends from Australia. Is one, well, his ashes has been cremated when he died. I have a horse. Do you mean you had a horse? I have a horse, and then my office at home. You have a horse. Your friend has a horse in Australia. Is that what you're saying there? I have a horse, and then my office at home. So your office is at home, and your friend has a horse in Australia. Although his ashes she had cremated. Or what? So you don't have the horse anymore? Oh, I like horses. I've only ridden on a horse a couple of times. Donkeys, I like donkeys. Donkeys, horses, those sort of things. I think it's horrible with people riding donkeys, aren't they? It really is. Good. Where are we on the YouTube there? Let me just check that there. And that's done there. Good. So the programme we watched last night, a new thing on Netflix, Northern Rescue, which is quite nice. It's about this family. The mother in the programme dies very quickly. She's got cancer. And then it's about the father, how he looks after the children. One of the girls is a bit of a tearaway, hanging out with the local boys, smoking drugs and that sort of thing. There's a boy in the middle who's in love with a girl. And then there's the little girl who's really very intelligent. It's quite good. Do watch that one. It's quite good. Northern Rescue. Some of the scenery in it is fantastic. And they all have to move. They have to move from their house to a SeaWorld type place. You know, with dolphins and all that. Now, this had recently closed down. But they moved, right? And they're supposed to move in with this up with the wife who's died sister, but unfortunately they get there and her house is burnt down, so they are offered to live in this place what has dolphins and penguins, like the old building, because it's now empty because the business is closed down, and they move in there. I've only seen 2 episodes so far. We watched 2 last night, about 40 minutes long, and I thought, yeah, I'm into this. Lovely scenery. Oh, and it's all in 4K. If you've got a 4K. Ray Reynolds has got a 4K telly now, hasn't he? Watch it on there. Beautiful scenery in there. So once again, that's called Northern Rescue. And that's now on Netflix. So we had our pancakes. We had the 8 pancakes. Then we got the Aldi pancakes out. And I've done another 4 for me. And another 4 for him. So 8 pancakes each. Except he left one. I told you before, it drives me nuts. My mate seems to have this thing about always needing to leave a bit of food on the plate. In this case, a pancake. And when I had baked beans, I put the beans on his plate, and can I have some more? So I put some more on his plate, and then he leaves them. Drives me absolutely crazy. People who leave food on plates. Don't bloody well take it then. I could have had that today, except I couldn't have because it's now Lent. You know. Anyway, so we did the Aldi pancakes, and I said to her, I want you to be absolutely honest. Let's see if there's any difference in the taste between the Waitrose pancakes and the Aldi ones, and there isn't. Couldn't detect any difference whatsoever between the two different types or makes of pancakes. They tasted exactly. In fact, I would say the Aldi ones tasted slightly sweeter. That's without any sugar on than the Waitrose ones. So there you go. You know, bit more maple syrup on those, and I had all like 8 pancakes I had last night. 8. But on the other side of the coin, that means I didn't have ice cream afterwards. So don't be saying you've eaten too many pancakes, because I didn't have the ice cream afterwards. So that was it, and we watched those programmes, and then my mate went home, and I said, right, you need to take some stuff home with you, because I had bagels yesterday. I bought some bagels with cream cheese. Light cream cheese. Light. Cream cheese light. So what was the make of the cream cheese? I can't remember. Philadelphia Light. There's a hell of a lot less calories in that one than there is the normal one. Absolutely delicious. So I had bagels and cream cheese for lunch yesterday. I had 2 bagels left over. They are a bread product, so they went in the carrier bag, along with some ice cream, the other pancakes, and something else I put in there. I can't remember what the other thing was. Can't remember now. And I said, there you go, you need to take those home, get them out of my house, otherwise I will eat them. Okay, so none of that's in my house. No bread, no ice cream, no sweets, nothing like that. No crisps, because it's Lent. And that was my day yesterday. After my mate went home, I watched a little bit more of Death in Paradise, and then I made my dinner today, which is in the slow cooker being done at the moment. Campfire stew I've got today, which I'll probably be having around about 12:30, 1 o'clock when I get back from church for our annual Ash Wednesday service. That was my day yesterday. Busy, busy, busy. Adrian, must be careful on eating cheaper products like pancakes or bread. They use palm oil in food, which is a very cheap type of oil. Very unhealthy. It's like supercharged unhealthy. Or I should have had a look at the packet, really, shouldn't I? Should have a look at the packet. Good morning to Jeffrey Decker. How's your arm? It's all right. Thank you very much. My arm's fine. Thank you very much. Both arms are okay. Do you know, I never rung the doctor back. I should ring him back, shouldn't I? Because I had that x-rayed on my wrist when I fell over the other week. Thank you for asking, Jeffrey. Good morning to Guy Stephen Sowes. Loves pancakes. Oh, pancakes. Have you ever been to America, Guy? You must go to Denny's and have pancakes for breakfast. There's my niece, Tracy Clifford, who's watching in Cyprus this morning, where I shall be Saturday week, leaving the country. And they got 20 degrees out there. 20 degrees it is at the moment. Lovely and warm. Thank you very much. Tracy, I hope you're still there. I might go to the shop and buy a very small pair of Speedo trunks so that we can sit round a pool somewhere in those. All right, my love? Her children started the school yesterday in Cyprus as well. And interestingly enough, the school times in Cyprus are 7:30 until, I think it was 1 or 1:30 in the afternoon. I said, why do they finish so early? Because it gets so hot. Gets so hot there. Not incredibly hot at the moment, but in the coming months, the temperature will now start to increase, I suppose. And I've seen temperatures of 40 degrees in Cyprus, so I don't know how you're going to cope with that, little niece. Jeffrey is in America, by the way, in New York City. Right, okay. So you know all about Denny's. Sorry, I didn't know where you were, Jeffrey. I love Denny's. Mind you, sometimes you can't get in there. The queue to get in Denny's. That's proper American. Proper American old school service and food. I love Denny's. Last time I was in America was back in, I think it was October, November. Me and my nephew went over there to Vegas. And there was we found, I think, one Denny's in Vegas. You couldn't get in there in the morning. You just could. We were ready to go. We tried 3 times for breakfast. Oh my God, the queue was out the door past the shoe shop along the main Las Vegas road there. I love it. I love it. There we are. There's my niece there. She's still with us at the moment. Vegas has been to. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it there. We went to see it. We're not great big gamblers. Actually, my nephew probably gambled a bit more than me and came out on top. I think he ended up with about a $200 profit, actually. The first time he put $10 in, he won $50 and he walked away. And then he put $20 in and won about $350 or something like that, and then walked away. And then with that extra money, he bought some stuff from the designer outlets. at the bottom of the Las Vegas Strip. Oh, I loved it. I had such a good time. Such a good time. Well, I've been on holiday with my nephew twice now, and it's lovely. It's great. He's of course 4 years older than he was last time, so he was his own sort of person really. He had his own room in the hotel, and I think a couple of nights he couldn't sleep and he went down and had to go on the old machines down there. Some old bag tried to chat him up. She was about 40 or 50 apparently. He's 21. She said, I'll see you at the karaoke. He was telling me. No one chatted me up, as usual, unfortunately. Lots of gambling there, that's right. Katie Ann watched a documentary on Cyprus. Where's Cyprus? Oh, Cyprus. I beg your pardon, Cyprus. Cyprus is Cyprus. I see what you're saying there, which is a beautiful place. Yes. Is there anything to buy in Cyprus? What can you buy in Cyprus? Don't know what you can buy in Cyprus, actually. So, yeah, I don't know what you can buy there. Good morning to Adam the plumber. Morning, Adam. Who says, running a bit late this morning. Could you do me a favour and wish Sammy Cast, who is the Slimming World consultant for Lenham, a very happy birthday. Good morning, Sammy. Let me add you to my list of birthdays, which I'm going to do in a minute. We have to go shortly, gang. Must get myself ready for church. Sammy. So is it Sammy? Sammy Cast, Slimming World consultant. If you ever want to lose weight, go to Slimming World. Go to Slimming World. There are a few people out there say, oh, it doesn't work. We lost a load of weight, but we put it back on again. And it's like, did you stop going? Yes. There's your answer. You can't lose the weight and it stays off. And then you go back to eating what you normally do, which is what's happened. Not quite as bad as last time, but that's kind of what's happened to me. I stopped going, the weight started going up. You got to keep going. You can't say something doesn't work when you're not even going. How stupid is that? All the time I went to Slimming World, my weight was under control. It came down and down and down and got there, and that was it. Don't say Slimming World doesn't work if you stop going. That's a stupid thing to say. It really is. Tracy says it's, let's have a look. It's like visiting Nanny Biddy's house. We would always leave there with a goodie bag. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's coming to my house. It's the same. You come to my house, any guests that come to my house, always leave with a little goodie bag. That's right. Do you know what my niece said to me the other day? She said, why is it when it comes to pay for something, you start fumbling? I said, what do you mean? She said, you do. She said, when the bill comes, you start fumbling in your wallet, and by the time you found it, I've paid. Isn't that an awful thing to say about your uncle? Dear me. Be no gifts this Christmas, I'm telling you that now. Rosemary Dixon's been to Vegas. She lived there for a whole year with her family. So different. Living there, she does miss it. I would go back in a heartbeat. Too cold here today, below zero wind chills. Oh, I don't like wind chills. Yeah, don't like wind chills. Have you ordered your bird jacket yet? No, I couldn't find one, actually. I want to buy a bird jacket. You know I've got several types of jackets that I wear. My favourite at the moment is my Clouds jacket. This is one of the more it's not that expensive. I've had this about 3 years now. Original price £350. Okay. I went in designer outlet at Bicester. It looks like Bicester, which is in Oxfordshire. Now and again, me and my mate, maybe once a year, we go down there and have a look around. And this was on sale. $350 crossed out. $250 crossed out. Pounds. I've gone American, haven't I? £75. Look at this. Thick. What's it? Oh, it's cleaning ticket still in there. Cleaning ticket, look. What is it? What make is it? Barber. It's a good price, isn't it? I might wear this on the plane, actually, this one. We've got to dress up to be on the plane, dear. I'm not one of those people that sit on a plane in tracksuits. Not in the seats I sit in, dear, if you don't mind me saying so. God's sake. There's Adam. Swimming Worlds are the best thing I ever did, and they're still losing. He's still losing. And some of the viewers know I have arthritis in both my knees. Since losing the weight, the pain is not there at all. 5 stone gone to go. 5 stone. What, he wants to lose another 5? 5 stone gone to go. that all of you are not checking your spellings or writings. Can you check what you're writing before you push that send button? I'm having to do simultaneous translation here, like on Star Trek, innit? God. Dave Holland. Have you still got those long-lasting loo rolls that you got? Was it the 6th of September? Was it? Was it the 6th of September? You've got a good memory. If it was, then yes. Just a moment. I shall go and get them. 1 moment. I'll show you how many I've got left. 1 moment. Yeah, I've got this lot left. That's what I've got left. That's what I've got left. So there we are. They do last a long time. I wonder how much we spend on loo rolls in a year. I reckon it's got to be about 50 or 60 quid, isn't it? Loo rolls. I mean, gone are the days when I was in the Scouts and we might be on a Scout camp somewhere. We used to cut up a newspaper, thread a bit of string through and hang up. Oh! Oh, the pain of having to wipe your bum. It's awful. Hello, Merlin. Always dress up for a flight. You can snag an upgrade. Oh, Merlin, no, dear. You must pay, dear. Don't be cheap. Mr. Something for Nothing is with us this morning. Mr. Merlin. No, you just pay for it, dear, and be done with it. I've never, ever asked or got an upgrade for nothing. Oh, I did when I was big-time DJ, it happened. Yes. Yes. Because I was DJing in Heaven and a couple of other places like that. And I was on this plane once and I'd booked premium economy. Oh, this is before I discovered business class seats. Okay, this is before I discovered. I'll have a little bit more. I'll book a premium economy. So I'm sitting there in this premium economy flights and this queen comes down. She said, "Excuse me, are you Chris?" I said, "That's right." She said, "Oh, we always come to your disco, nights, club nights. We love your work." And she said, I'll have a look at the front and see if there's any seats about. She's come back. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We've got nothing left up the front." She said, "We're absolutely jam-packed. Here's a couple of bottles of champagne." "Oh, yes, dear. Yes. Looked after. Recognised, dear. Recognised. Thank you." Just unfortunately not anymore. But there you go. I've had to have a word with my niece because, of course, being as she's in Cyprus, I haven't got to pay for transport to my hotel because I won't be staying with my niece. I'll be staying at a luxury 3-star hotel. I won't pay out for a hotel. God, my mate goes to all these posh hotels, 5-star, marble bath and all that. Me, I get into a room. One of the first things I have to do is spray the cockroaches, pss, 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 like that. But I haven't got to pay for transport. My niece will pick me up. And I've had to ask her, please don't stand there and shout out Chris, because fans from all over the world will realise. I'm sure I'm going to receive a letter shortly from the Prime Minister or whatever they have there of Cyprus, who probably can't believe their luck that I, Chris Reardon, have selected his small little country to go on holiday. Yeah, I'm always getting offers from all sorts of prime ministers. Mr. Mugabe, he's asked me to go to his country, and do a special visit over there. Mr. Putrid, he's always on the phone. "Hello, Chris, when are you coming to Russia then? I'm very busy at the moment. Oh, please come. I'll see what I can do." And I have to put the phone down. All these wonderful people. Mr. Trump rang up. I didn't bother answering him. I'm quite happy to go to America on my own. Thank you. "Would you like to meet up?" He said, President Trump. I said, "No, I'm very busy. Thank you very much." I'd worry if I was sitting next to Mr. Trump and I rubbed up against him. I'd worry that some of that orange might come off on one of my expensive jackets. Merlin, you never ask for an upgrade, but check in early. Travel solo, be friendly, never fails. Having that said, I always fly business, tend to get the first class upgrade 9 times out of 10. Do ya? Do you get first class? I've never been on first class, Merlin. Never been on first class, dear. My mate and his other half, they've bagged upgrades several times. Don't happen to me. I must be just an ugly person. Am I an ugly person? Look at the time. I must move on quickly. Adam says that's why your toilet rolls have lasted so long. So you're using newspaper. Admit it. No, I'm not. I would never use the Guardian. Mind you, that's the only thing that paper's used for, isn't it? Merlin's still got to use... Adam's still got to lose 2 stone in weight at the Slimming World, so you carry on doing that. Where are we now? Let's just get those... There we are. Dave. Chris, you told us to write down the date down, so I did with the loo rolls. Fantastic. Well, thank you, Dave. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So that's 6 months. So that would be about 35 quid, I think. That great, big, enormous amount of toilet rolls. So that's how long that lasts. About 6 months. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. Now, they are cheap. The toilet rolls I buy are cheap. I do wonder... Because you can go to Sainsbury's and some of these toilet rolls are like 5 quid or something like that for a packet. And I do wonder, do the expensive ones last longer than the cheap ones? I do wonder that. Maybe I should buy a packet of Andrex or something like that to see if one of those lasts longer than the cheap ones that I buy. Might be an idea to do something like that, mightn't it? Just to do the experiment, so to speak. Oh, look who's arrived now. Oh, look who's arrived. Paul and Lou. They get late. It's kind of you just come in for the last 2 minutes now, don't you, Paul and Lou? I think you're bored with me. Am I being boring? Am I bored? Did you see that one with a mouth the other day on YouTube? The insults that were coming across there. He said if I died, no one would miss me. I'd miss me if I died, believe me. Good morning, Paul and Lou. Who says £60 on loo rolls? You don't live with my missus. It's over 300 at least. Oh, dear. Oh, I hope you have your pipes checked. Does your sister never recognise Chris from her time on Babe Station? No, not anymore. No, because she got sacked from there. A lot of people don't know that. My sister used to be on Babe Station. She's the only woman to ever be sacked on Babe Station through lack of telephone calls. No one used to ring. It's very sad, really. I had to pretend. I was a customer, just to keep her in a job. But it was costing me a fortune. Absolute fortune. Claire, do you have a jacket with birds? Not yet. No, one of the beautiful... Oh, you do have a back jacket with birds. One of the beautiful ones you bought in Vegas. Birds and flowers. No, I don't. That's on the inside, isn't it? No, yeah, but I haven't got one on the outside. I know what you mean. Yeah, no, I've got it with lining. We want birds and flowers or something like that on the outside. I need to find one. I will find one of those. Tracy, Freedom Toilet Roll on Groupon is what you want. Freedom Toilet Roll. Okay, we'll try that one. Thank you, Tracy. Is Baby James with you? Good morning, Baby James. Baby James, wakey, wakey. Freedom Toilet Rolls. Freedom Toilet Rolls on Groupon. I know I get them on Groupon. I don't know what ones I've got, actually. It's only the second lot of toilet rolls. And when you buy these toilet rolls from Groupon, it's on the internet, right? Great. It's enormous, this load of rolls they bring you. And it's like 30 quid. 30 quid for all that. It's not bad, is it? So much cheaper than the other place. Adam says, with toilet rolls, they all look the same. But what the companies do is make the cardboard tube inside the roll smaller to add more sheets, to give the illusion that the toilet rolls are the same size. Did you know that? There you are. He should know. He works unblocking bloody drains. People like Paul and Paul's wife makes. Constantly blocking up his drains. Air freshener and toilet rolls. I've seen that one as well. What about those toilet rolls that have got a smell? They smell of roses or something like that. Then you don't give me roses. Then you don't give me flowers. Then you don't give... Do you know that song by Hayward? Roses. Scented toilet rolls. I'll have to put some across my mate's mouth, I think. God, the breath on there sometimes. Merlin, when you have guests over, do you charge £1 for a sheet of toilet roll? No, but what a good idea. Thank you, Merlin. I'll take that on board. Perhaps a little box there. A little box. I'll put a cross on the front and they might think it's, donating to poor people or something like that. All right. Okie doke, gang. We must move on now. Let's do today's birthdays on this Wednesday, the 6th of March, 2019, just 4 birthdays today. Craig Pilley, who runs Reach on Air, an excellent online radio station. I used to do a show on there some time ago, but unfortunately, time didn't allow me to do any more, really. I just found myself struggling for time, so I had to give that one up. But happy birthday to you, Craig, running an excellent radio station, Reach on Air. 33 years old today. Happy birthday, Craig. Michael Holt. Hello, Michael. 24 today. Michael used to listen to me on Play Radio, which is some time ago now, and we became friends. And he's gone through school and college, and now he's working as well. He's 24 years old today. Happy birthday, Michael. You look really smart. He's got like a really smart jacket. I don't think I've seen you in a jacket and a bow tie. Blimey, look at you. Why aren't you married yet? 24. I was married at 21. Divorced at 22. But, you know, I'm sure you'll be luckier than me. Happy birthday, Michael. Shiv. Hello, Shiv Cracknell. Good morning, Shiv Cracknell. Happy birthday to you. And Susie Quinnell, I think it is. Susie Quinnell. It's her birthday as well. So happy birthday, boys and girls. Earplugs ready. Here comes the singing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Paul says, I just went on Groupon and might give them a try, but why is spiced apple out of stock? That's just weird. Because it's not Christmas anymore, dear. Spiced apple would be Christmas flavoured toilet paper, wouldn't it? Mad people. Thank you very much, gang. I've got a dash now. I was going to go on my bike, but it's looking like it might chuck it down, so I better take the car to church, I think. Got to get in early, you see, because the church car park it doesn't hold that many cars, and it will be busy today. That church will be packed this morning, I tell you that now. But of course, unlike a Sunday, you can't go outside the church on yellow lines. Now, people have done that before. They think for some reason, because there's a church service, that the yellow lines won't be operable. But you know what they're like? The councils are desperate, dear. Desperate for the money, the councils. So any excuse they've got to shove a note on your car and collect money from you, they will take it. So I'll leave pretty sharpish after I finish the show. Thanks very much for joining us on today's show, boys and girls. Hopefully see you again at some point tomorrow. Have a lovely Wednesday. Bye-bye now.